Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I have another video for you about the Passport Bros, where two women are arguing with each other via TikTok responses. And basically I thought I should just get involved because, I mean, why not? So let's check it out.
Passport Bros. Not even a new concept. The only thing that's new about it is more people's talking about it. Hello guys, I'm here to speak my opinion over somebody else that spoke their opinion over somebody else's video.
And now I am speaking my opinion on that video. So that's 4 layers deep. We've broken the 4th dimension, all. We have broken the 4th dimension.
This Passport Bros video going around where American women are getting kind of upset that...
When are we gonna escape this mentality?
That eye roll was real. I can't even do it. It was so, like, you saw the whole white, like her pupils just disappeared into her head and you just saw the white, man. I can't even do that. That is some hardcore eye rolling right there. Her eyes literally went into the back of her head.
That's a great way to start. That eye roll in the beginning, like the Exorcist. Okay, just starting.
Oh my god. The Exorcist. Man, I forgot about that. Isn't that the one where that girl, like, they're trying to exorcise her, and then she, like, vomits all over somebody? It's been so long since I saw that, but I remember being freaked out when I saw that movie.
Off? When are people going to realize that's the attitude that most people don't even want to deal with?
She said that these bros are not marrying foreign women.
Okay, if you do not know what she is referring to, technically she is talking about the Passport Brothers.
Technically? She's technically talking about the Passport Brothers? Okay, but the Passport Bros are literally, it's related to black men going around to different countries with their passport and trying to meet women. As so I've been told. So when white guys or any other race was doing it, you were just like looking for a mail order bride or some shit like that. But if you are black, you are a passport bro. I don't know, man. Why can't we have the cool names?
New phenomenon that's taking the dating world by storm, this thing called Passport Bros. And apparently these guys on TikTok are bragging about how they're going to other countries, they're finding more traditional women that can cook and clean and act like housewives.
Because they speak little English or because they have a lack of education.
Because they speak little English. I guess that depends where you go. But if you're going to the Philippines, they all seem to speak really good English, so that's not true. Maybe if you're going to Colombia or something, I don't think they speak a lot of English down there, so that might be true. But I could be ignorant, so hey. And then as far as education, I don't know. Again, I guess depends where you go. Like I was saying, Philippines, they are very well educated over there. There's lots of school, even some of it's free. So I think you're full of shit.
When you talk about people that don't speak that much English, their English isn't that great either.
Lack of education.
What does speaking English have to do with how smart you are and how educated you are? You do know that foreign countries have schools, they have doctors, they have people that fly from the United States just to go get surgery done out in the Philippines or out in Thailand.
No. No, how dare you say that? It's like people fly to Mexico to get surgeries done, and we all think, at least in the States and Canada, Mexico is behind us. We tend to think that, but people go, to Mexico to get operations done because they won't do them in North America.
Because they're more nourishing and more caring.
Why is cooking viewed in such a negative way? Cooking and cleaning is a basic human necessity.
Yeah, which you can't pay for. You can literally pay a maid or like a cleaning service just to come to your house and clean. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It can be like $100 a week. And you just have somebody come clean. They come for a few hours, they clean, then they leave. I've used it before in my life. It's not a big deal. Especially like when you move into a place and you're like, I don't want to do a move in clean or a move out clean. You just pay them like a few $100s. They clean the shit and then you're out. It's easy.
What are you going to do when you're hungry? You're just not going to eat?
Oh, sorry. I was just ordering some butter chicken. I wasn't sure if I want to get butter chicken, if I wanted to go with like some spicy pho. I'm not really sure what I'm in for today, but have you not heard of Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, DoorDash? I mean, there's services where you can't order food, so I don't know if that's such a big thing. Plus, you go to the grocery store and literally you can buy things that you throw together real easy. Like they pre-made them, pre-packaged them, whatever. Maybe not the best for you. And it's also not that hard to learn how to cook. So I'm kind of like, I don't think this should be the reason why you're going to meet somebody is because they can clean and cook. I mean, while it's a nice thing to have, that should not be the reason why you're going to another country to meet somebody. And if it is, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're a man, you can literally, you have some skills in your life, things that you do. We pride ourselves on being better. This should never be a thing where you're like, I don't know how to cook. I need to find somebody. How have you lived this long? I don't understand.
You don't have the money to keep going out to eat. Are you going to always expect a man to take you out to go eat all the time? Are you just going to sit there and starve because you refuse to cook for yourself?
If you don't have the money to go out to eat, you probably don't have the money to go to another country to find a wife. Because that's much more expensive. Granted, you shouldn't be going out to eat all the time anyways, but like, this is dumb.
What about if you had children? Who's going to feed your kids? Are the kids going to feed themselves? What are you saying when you say you do not clean?
I guess she's saying, like, if you're with a woman who won't cook and clean or won't cook, the kids won't get fed. Which, how would that ever happen? You know, in a relationship, we can divvy up tasks. You know, it doesn't mean the woman has to cook and the woman has to clean. You can decide, well, you know what, I'm going to do the cooking, or I'm going to do the cleaning, or we trade off. You do it these days, I do it these days, and you take on the different responsibilities in a relationship. Just because you get a woman from another country who is traditional doesn't mean she's just going to be there like, I'm going to do everything at home and you will never have to do anything. She might be that way, but it's unlikely. I think you should just be prepared to divvy up some responsibilities, and you should have responsibilities. At no point in your life should you go to work, come home, and literally do nothing. I don't think that's realistic. I think you're always going to have things to do. And maybe it gets a little traditional and you go outside and you're cutting the grass and you're shoveling snow or whatever it happens to be. You're taking care of the outside. You're taking care of the vehicles, you know, the garage, any sort of maintenance required to the property you're in, you know, your furnace breaks or whatever like that. So you're doing those things, and maybe that's what you're doing. But your wife should not be doing significantly more than you. You guys should be doing a similar amount of work, because I don't think that's fair.
Who washes your butt for you?
Am I expecting my wife to wash my butt? Why is she saying that example? You know what? That did actually happen one time when I was not deathly sick, but I was super sick with some virus. I don't know what happened. And I literally could not move. I could not move, and I shit myself. And my ex-wife had to wash my butt, which she never let me live down.
Do you just not shower? Do you just wear the same clothes? Do you sleep in the same dirty sheets for years on end without washing those?
Yes, we just sleep in the same dirty ass sheets until we meet a woman who will wash our sheets. That is man in a nutshell. We will not shade sheets.
Those things need to be clean too. When people say that they don't clean, you're the reason why COVID spread like wildfire. Nasty people.
What? What are you talking about? You know, funny enough, there have been studies done where they talked about people who were clean and people who were less clean or didn't clean, like whatever it was, like a week or every second week. And the people who were clean freaks, the people who were clean freaks actually got sick more because they were not exposed to as many germs as the people who didn't clean. So there is a level of cleanliness which is too much, and then there's a level of cleanliness which is too little. So clearly you don't want to just not clean it all like forever, because that doesn't make sense, or you get some mold and nasty diseases. But you don't want to clean way too much, or your body doesn't know how to fight off different bacteria and germs and things that get into your body. So there is a level that needs to be achieved here.
You're describing a maid.
So let me ask you, what would you do if you didn't have anybody to nurture you?
You don't like sleep with a maid. You don't have kids with a maid. You don't have a relationship with your maid. Like maybe you're friendly or something, but you're not having a loving, spending time together, snuggling, a physical relationship, an emotional relationship with a maid.
Just as you say.
A maid is just providing the service. So why do we keep boiling this down to just cooking and cleaning? Yes, that may be a benefit, is cooking and cleaning, but that is not the main thing that is happening here. And yeah, if you didn't have somebody to nurture you, you probably get a maid to come in.
If your mother wasn't there to cook for you, to clean for you as you were growing up.
As you're growing up? What are we talking about right now? If you're growing up, yes, your parents should be looking after you. What are we talking about? Just kids right now? Or are we actually talking about like the guy getting a woman who is going to cook and clean and look after him? This doesn't make sense. We're like mixing apples and oranges right now.
Did you consider your mother as a maid too?
A free lift and one for the rest of your life at that.
I do not know where you get your sources from, or if you have ever taken care of anybody else other than yourself your entire life. It's not free when people come and live with you. It costs money to support people. Just like it costs money to support family, to support children, to support your pets, to support your habits. It costs money to support people. What makes you think that when somebody goes and lives with them, that they live for free?
She looks like she still lives with her parents, and probably they pay for everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if she has zero experience having somebody live with them. I will tell you that my expenses more than doubled with having somebody live with me, because I can live pretty simply. For whatever reason, women are just more expensive. Like they got more shit going on. Like they need more products, and then they need to get their hair done and their nails and whatever. And it's just like, okay, this is more expensive.
And at the end of the video, she's like, oh, this is mutually beneficial, and if it doesn't work out for you, just leave.
Back in 1619, the first settlement in the United States, Jamestown, Virginia, known as the Tobacco Bride, single women flew in from Britain to find suitable husbands. They sent women in as brides to stop men from deserting the colony. The government gave them a deal. 1 acre of land, your expenses paid off, and when you get to Virginia, you get to choose your husband. Then your husband repays back everything that the government loaned you out.
That's wild. I don't know anything about that, so this is interesting. I'm assuming what she's saying is true, but that's freaking crazy if that's the case. Just shipping women over. Hey, there's guys you can marry here. Just head on over. They're starting a new frontier, basically. This would be great. It's like, what kind of life would you have over there? If you're coming from somewhere in Britain, it's more established, and then you're going to like this fringe frontier town. This is wild. And they did that? Those got to be some tough women, man.
Just do like a little more thinking, girl. Why do they want to marry women that can't speak the predominant language?
You have criticized these women of their lack of English, but your English isn't that great either.
Because they're easier to control.
Because they're easier to control. Again, we're back to the trope that any of these women in these other countries are stupid or uneducated, and they don't understand what you're saying, and they just sit there and they're like, yes, I will go, yes. I don't know why I'm doing that voice. Especially when we go through the whole aspect that a lot of times when you meet these women, you get vet by their families. So it's not like it's just a simple thing. You just go over there and you're like, hey, I'm white or I'm black and I'm American. Fine, don't worry about it. Just come with me. And they just leave. And there's no any process involved. It's just super simple. It's like, oh my God. Nobody knows anything. They're all stupid. They're all like, oh, he's American. Yes.
Why are you victimizing people in other countries like they are these helpless individuals?
Stop misinforming people.
A lot of women traveled abroad looking for a suitable husband. People have been traveling with their passports for years. They have met wives, husbands, spouses, new friends, vacation, go get laid, partied for years.
Wait, people get laid? Have I been doing it wrong all these years?
stop defending these lowlives.
Who are you calling lowlives? Do you personally know these men? I bet you don't know that majority of the men that are traveling overseas are in the military, right? It's been going on for years and years and years. I don't think that people that fight for our country are lowlives.
Yeah. She just made a great point there. A lot of them that have been doing it for years are in the military, and so you just shat on the military personnel. Uh-huh.
Who are preying on our sisters.
Oh, it's because we're preying on your sisters. Okay, sorry. I get it now. Yeah, because you are super attached to them, and they're just stupid. But if they're your sisters, I'm glad that you're protecting all these women in other countries that are all your sisters, because every single woman is your sister, right? So I'm glad you're protecting everybody, because, I mean, you're living in whatever country you're in right now. I'm assuming America. And I guess you just think that everybody who goes over there is like a fucking asshole. So, yeah. I'm glad you think that about your fellow Americans, that they're all assholes. Okay. Yeah, it can't be any good ones.
You're not protecting anybody. In fact, you insulted these women. You insulted their intelligence. You insulted the fact that they didn't speak a lot of English. You insulted the value they had as humans, saying they're going to be free for the rest of people's lives. Like we're some kind of servant to men just because we cook or clean or try to take care or nurture our men. As if foreign women have less value than American women.
I don't think she realizes that she is literally the reason why men leave and don't want to date these westernized women is because of the attitude she has right now. She doesn't think cooking and cleaning is a thing. She thinks everybody else is uneducated. She thinks the people who go over to these countries are assholes, douchebag men. And the men just hear this and then more than want to do it. So she's literally increasing the amount of guys who will go and do this thing just because of what she's saying. So it's funny, she's actually encouraging the thing that she's trying to stop.
There's some kind of weird entitlement here that's like, hey, it's okay to spend all your money on women in America, but do not go spend any of your money whatsoever for everybody else that lives overseas. You know, at some point in time, your families had to come overseas too, unless you're a native. Where did your family come from?
Unless you're a native? Well, even the natives had to come here. So if you're indigenous, like they weren't just like born here, they came across somehow the Bering Strait land bridge or whatever, or when the land masses were together, because didn't all life start in Africa? Just saying, like it's not like they were just here, so everybody was not from here.
And the woke people are getting mad. The Western women are getting mad because our men are going across overseas to find more traditional women.
It must totally suck for women to be constantly trying to dictate your life. Like, you don't want to be with me, but you don't want me to be with anybody else either.
Welcome to being in a relationship with a woman. Okay, not all women, guys. I know it's not all women, but this is very common. Just people want to dictate your life. And you know what? It's not even just women. It's like your parents want to dictate your life. Your friends want to dictate your life. These women want to dictate to your life. Anybody who's involved in your life in any shape or fashion, like the government wants to dictate your life. Everybody wants to dictate your life. So ultimately, it's just like you got to be strong in your convictions and like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. That's it.
Let it go. If men want this movement, they are not hurting anybody. They're not killing anybody. They're not doing anything personally to you. Why does it bother you so much what someone else is doing with their lives, their personal relationship, with their money?
Okay, but I just find it funny that the woke people push so much for immigration, right? And then now all of a sudden all these bros are going out there immigrating. They're bringing them over, doing it the right way. Get them a passport, getting them into the country, bringing in the melting pot that is America.
Why can't we, as people, be happy for other people? If you want to find love in another state, in another country, even if you're across the planet, that's your choice.
The reason why we can't be happy for other people, and this is not everybody, but there's a lot of people out there who, it's that whole crab in the bucket saying, right? They don't want to let the one crab get out, so they got to pull you down. People are jealous. People are petty. They want to have certain things, and when they see you having it, they just freak out. and they don't want you to get there because they want it. And that's just human nature. I don't think we'll ever get past this. I think we'll always have people who are just crabby and poopy and don't want you to get ahead. Like, if any of my friends or family or viewers or whatever, let's say you guys, you guys get out there and you make it rich, you get famous, or you meet this beautiful person, you have this great relationship, whatever it is, something that maybe I want for myself. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you motherfucker, like, oh, he's got it all, I'm so jealous, whatever. I'm genuinely going to be happy for you because I think it's amazing that you achieved it. You work for it. You did it. I'm going to ask you for some pointers like, hey, how did you accomplish this? Because I would like to have that. But I'm going to be genuinely happy for you because that's just the type of person I am. So again, these types of people that we're responding to, these are people who are not happy in their own lives. They can't be happy for others. They're just sour people and you don't want them to be around you. So don't let this video affect you. That we're responding to here today. Just remember, you got to do what's right for you. Everybody else wants to try to control your life, but ultimately, you are the one at the end of the day who has to live with yourself and live with the decisions you make.
If people want to be a traditional housewife, that's their choice. If people just want to benefit off of each other mutually through finances, through whatever arrangements they make, that is their choice.
And the woke liberal ladies are like, no, not that way. We don't want it that way. We want to be woke, but not actually.
All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. She did a great job on responding to these other individuals who are responding. I don't know what happened here, but I think there was a lot of good points to be said, and I appreciate you all. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next one.